publication of 3 of his great scientific papers shows him relaxing with friends. Our science correspondent, Palab Ghosh, reports from Princeton, New Jersey, where the film was shot back in 1943.
This unique colour footage shows Einstein in his twilight years. It's May 1943 and Einstein is among friends in the garden of his home in Princeton. He poses awkwardly. The film seems to highlight a more human side of a man who was already by then a scientific icon. And among those that knew the real Einstein was 10-year-old Stephanie Asker. More than 60 years on, and we brought her back to the garden. Her memories of the day and the man are as vivid as ever.
The one thing I noticed was this tremendously twinkly eyes, I mean like Santa Claus. And, but at other times he had extremely sad eyes. He had a very sad look. They say the eyes are the window of the soul, and he had a very deep soul. He really did.
These pictures, released to the BBC by Getty Images, are from a time that Einstein felt tortured by the spread of fascism across Europe. The Nazis had killed his friends and relatives, and Einstein had recently urged President Roosevelt to build an atomic bomb, a decision he later said was his greatest mistake. This was Einstein's home in America, his haven from the Nazis. It was here that he continued to develop his great theories. It was also a place that he was able to contemplate the sadness of the world in which he lived. For light relief, Einstein turned to Gillett Griffin, then a young librarian at Princeton University. Gillett says he was the court jester, but his jokes brought only momentary relief to an increasingly disillusioned Einstein.
I think he was deeply saddened by the fact that humans were not becoming more and more civilized and more peace-loving and working for people. He had a lino cut of Gandhi, who apparently he admired tremendously.
Einstein historians say that his calls for the US to join the war against Hitler made him a potential subversive. The FBI recorded his every word and followed his every movement.
They hated Einstein because he spoke out against fascism. There were many anti-Semites in the United States. They hated him as a Jew. There were many conservatives who hated him because he was well known to have radical viewpoints, and indeed, within a few years came out openly as an advocate of socialism.
But Stephanie Asker remembers a man able to rise above the disappointments of his latter years.
My last memory of him, it was our last visit. I was 18, and we were looking out over this lovely garden, and he just stood there and looked out, and he said, "One feels one does not deserve such beauty." In a lovely setting, anyone would appreciate it, but he took it to this other philosophical level or spiritual level. That's the kind of person he was. He was extremely humble and understood some of the secrets of life.
We'll be back a little later with the latest on the day's headlines, but now it's time to join our news teams across the UK.